Cathy Heighter, Ashley Tilley, and Ken Scott. You can't see them. They're kind of over in the corner. And I'm going to be putting my sunglasses on because I'm cool like that. Actually, they have readers at the bottom, so I might need to read something. So, um, Kathy and I, we're sharing glasses this morning. Uh-oh. Make sure my phone is off. I think I turned the one you have off, Mark.
I turned mine off.
Yep.
I
Okay,
better
good deal.
make sure it's off all the way.
Okay, and I just had this right here. So we're going to talk about this incident, and we're excited about it. All right, guys. I wear my sunglasses at night too.
You do?
No, it's just a song. I think I know how to sing. I'm ready whenever you are.
You are now tuned in to Today with Pastor Jay on WNZF News Radio, where we discuss inspiring and informative news. And now here's your host, Pastor Jerlyn Denny.
Good morning, good morning. Wake up and good morning. Woo! It is great to be here and great to be on the show. For those who don't know, my show is pre-recorded, and by the time this show airs, I'll be back from San Diego, California. I've already would have gone to Washington, D.C., and this show is going to air 4 days before I'm on my way to London for 10 days. So just want to thank you guys for keeping me in your prayers and for continuing to listen to the show. My highly esteemed guest is someone I adore. She and I had lunch together the other day, and we've been connecting a little bit here and there. She's not a stranger to the show, just a friend to Today with Pastor Jay and a friend of mine personally. And that will be the highly esteemed Cathy Heighter. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. How are you today? And I hope that everyone out there is remembering that today is September 11th. So let us all make sure that we honor all the victims and the family from September 11th. I thank you for that.
All right. And then she brought along a couple of guests, Ashley Tilley and Ken Scott. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we're going to be talking about remembering heroes. And I think it was a few years ago. I should know what year it was. I was honored with a quilt. And man, I wanted to cry. You'd had a service there at Town Center, and someone submitted my name as a hero in the community. And I thought it was one of the most touching things. When you were in my office the other day, Kathy, I wanted to show you. I have it in a display case because I know you're going to fuss at me.
Beautiful.
I know you're going to fuss at me because she told me, you better use that quilt.
That's a comfort quilt.
It is.
That's to comfort you when you need comforting.
Well, it'll never stay in the box. I'll tell you that if that was the case. But I'm just so grateful and thankful to be recognized by the community as a hero here because those who don't know me and know my life story, for someone to pick that up and to nominate me was an esteemed honor. So thank you for what you do.
Well, I can say truly, Pastor Jay, I know that you've touched a lot of lives here in the city of Palm Coast, and I'm sure even extended outside of the area of Palm Coast because I know what type of heart you have for people and for the community. And I truly want to say thank you for that also.
Well, thank you. You've got a fall festival coming up, but before we talk about
Yes,
that,
we do.
You do a number of things in the community. You did something out in the Mondex sometime last year or whatever. What was that about?
Oh, that was our annual pig roast.
Yes, I was out of town for that.
Yes, we have a pig roast. Well, we do several events throughout the year. And thankfully now we can do even more because we have a new event planner with us, Ashley Tilley.
Ashley.
Yes,
Who
hello.
does an
Ashley.
amazing job. And the name of her company is Charming Sisters. So let her talk a little
Charming
bit.
Sisters.
Yes.
Yes, it is Charming Sisters Events. We have been down here for 4 years, but I actually started that organization back in Illinois before I moved down here. But I have my own event business. I am an international event and wedding planner.
What?
So I can plan your wedding. I'm an ordained minister. I can marry you as well.
Okay.
But I do shows around the area. I go Flagler County, Volusia County, Putnam County. Next month, I have one out in Clay County. So I do events all over the place, but I was very honored to sit down with Cathy and for her to ask me to jump on board because I was actually a vendor myself at her 2 shows
Mm-hmm.
prior to this year. And so to go from being a vendor and seeing the way Cathy is,
She has such a heart for the
she has
community.
such a heart.
Yeah, she does.
And I was completely honored when she asked me to jump on board this organization, and it's been a fun ride ever since.
Well, we've got the Fall Festival coming up on September the 30th. And for those of you who are in our local community and beyond, you've got to come out to this Fall Festival. What kind of things do we expect that's going to be there?
Oh my goodness. First of all, we're gonna have a huge car show, and Mr. Ken Scott is in charge of that. So I'll let him talk a little bit about the car show first. He is with the Florida Dream Cruises, and this is the 3rd year that we're doing the festival.
So
But
he's the one that's
past 2
responsible for the
years-
huge car
Yes,
show.
he
at the
is
event.
responsible for
Very
the huge
nice.
car show.
So let's talk
Ken,
about that.
give us a little bit of information on that.
Well, anybody can bring their hot rod, their car, their motorcycle, whatever they'd like. It's going to be a $20 entrance fee, but all proceeds are going to Remembering Heroes. With all the vendors and stuff out there, it's going to be an awesome day, just a family-oriented day. And so we're asking all the car guys to bring their families and stay all day and have fun.
And this is located in Central Park. And what time is the Fall Festival going to be?
It is from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it is just going to be an absolutely amazing day for family, friends, just the entire community, because there's going to be so much out there to see and so much to do. We'll have again this year the Traveling Vietnam Wall, the Iraqi Freedom Wall. We will have an amazing display from Boots on the Ground.
Uh-oh.
And also, we will have our food trucks, our vendors, and thanks
So
to
this
Ashley
is a
for that.
wonderful event.
We'll have a children's play area. We'll have a petting zoo from them, sponsored by 2K Ranch. And I have to also, while I'm speaking, I forgot to reach out to all of the wonderful, amazing supporters and sponsors who have helped to make this event possible. I want to say thank you to them because I think this is going to be our greatest festival. So far, it's the 3rd year, but I'm looking at a large turnout and lots of fun at this festival.
And it's family friendly and everyone can come. Can I have a 1995 Get Out and Push at home? Is it?
We'll let you bring it.
I may have to push it there. I mean, are there going to be prizes and awards or?
Yeah, we're
or-
going to be having door prizes. We're also going to have first and second and People's Choice Awards
Okay.
that will be given out. So, yeah, it's going to be.
And don't forget the Ultimate Hero Award. And you'll be doing the 50-50 again this
we
year.
will.
And he also has a group of ladies
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
that come out. We're also going to have Star Wars, life-size Star Wars characters. We'll have life-size Disney characters. And the kids,
You going to have a Barbie?
I shouldn't say just kids. I think the adults enjoy them just as much.
I'm pretty
absolutely.
sure. So,
Yeah.
Ashley, how have you changed this year from last year? This is your first year getting involved as the event coordinator.
Yes.
And what did you see as a vendor that now you feel as though that you can bring to the table?
Well, with having my background as an event planner and being a vendor myself, you hear stuff. You hear from other vendors on stuff they wish that would be different, on things that they wish, could change. And so one of the biggest things is being a vendor is from our past shows that I've done with Cathy at Town Center was the location of the food trucks. So I am actually going to move the food trucks closer to the vendors. The problem
Oh.
is a lot of these vendors, they're there by themselves. So if they need to use the restroom or if they need to go get food, they have to leave their booth.
Right.
And if you go and you order food and they're cooked to order, so it takes a little bit, they either have to run back and forth or they have to be away from their booth for a long time. So it's just little stuff like that to be able to make changes like that. But we have a lot more vendors this year than we've had before. And we just have a better outreach with the community. They're more excited. They're more willing to participate and come out and show their support than we have in the past.
All right. Well, I've got to take a break, so we're going to talk a little bit more about what we're going to do. Don't go anywhere, guys. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Today with Pastor Jay. figured that was a good place to take a break because the next comment may lead into something else. How much time so I can kind of keep an idea? 14? Okay. Good. That was actually a perfect spot. Oh, okay. You know what your thought was? Because I had a few questions. Yeah. No, I said, did you know what your thought was before I took the break? Because you're getting ready to say something.
I was.
Okay. Do you know what it is? Oh,
okay.
no, we're going to go back in.
Okay.
We're not recording.
I'm going to talk about the ceremony.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that. I have a couple of questions, and then you can do that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I want to give a thank you and a shout out to Steve Verrier and the Church on the Rock for sponsoring today with Pastor Jay. If it wasn't because of you, I wouldn't be on the air. So thank you so very much for your loyalty and your sponsorship. So, Cathy, what's the requirements? I mean, how do you find these heroes, these local heroes?
Well, how we find our heroes is we put out a hero nominee form, and we just, with every vendor package that we pass out, we will send also a hero nominee form. And also I go out into the community to different groups, and I ask them, because I know there's so many heroes out here in this community that are not being given recognition that truly deserve it. So I actually go out into the community and ask them to please nominate a hero. I go to the fire department. I ask them to please nominate a hero. I go to the sheriff's department for heroes. And basically, any place that I go, I will ask people to give me a hero nominee. We have quite a few hero nominees this year.
I was about to ask you, how many do we have this year?
Well,
so it must have been your inaugural event when I received the blanket.
No, that was during the ceremony.
That was during the ceremony.
That was during the ceremony.
And that was a few years ago.
Yes, and the ceremony begins at 12 o'clock noon.
Okay.
And we have a young lady that will be singing the national anthem. And then we have other speakers that will be there. And then we do the Quilt of Honor presentation.
Right.
That's when you receive the quilt. And we just like to give recognition to people that have served this community well, and people that have gone over and above their expectations for what they should be doing in this community. And that includes veterans, first responders, and also local community heroes. I stress local community heroes because they so often are overlooked for what they do.
That's true. That is true.
But I have to say, when we had that pandemic in 2020, those essential workers, they showed up. They showed up and made sure that we were okay. And that's when we recognized that, hey, these people need to be honored too. And those people could be just about anyone. School teachers, there can be somebody that works at McDonald's, Publix, and the grocery store, because I know they worked hard to do their job during that time. Any healthcare worker, doctors, nurses, any one of them can be nominated as a hero.
So how many nominees do you have this year?
Well, we have a lot.
Yes.
How many is a lot? 10, 20, 30, 50?
There are probably at least 25 or 30.
Okay, that's good.
We do, those are nominees. We have to narrow it down.
Right. Okay.
And we have two really special presentations that are being made. And outside of that, I'm going to say that we'll probably end up doing about 15 to 20 quilts of honor.
Right. And we'll talk about
I
the
wish
quilts
that
of
I
honor.
could give every single one of them a quilt, but we can only do so many because these quilts are actually donated through church organizations and also another organization in Ormond Beach, Racing Fingers, and then we have Mount Dora Baptist Church. And I actually have a lady that
And these are handmade
they're
quilts,
all
and they're
handmade.
beautiful.
And I have one lady that lives in Kentucky. God bless her, Diane Lang. She crochets Afghans, patriotic Afghans, and they are absolutely beautiful. And she sends them to me all the way from Kentucky.
Wow.
So we give those, we present
And they're
those
definitely
also.
made with love. Ken, I know you had a
They
point.
are.
Yeah, just speaking about the heroes and stuff, Florida Dream Cruisers has asked a lot of people Kathy, and just checked out the ultimate hero for Flagler County. And Florida Dream Cruisers, again, this year is making up a trophy
Oh, wow.
and a presentation to that ultimate hero, the one that we think has gone above and beyond for the community. And so we will be presenting that at the day of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just think that doing this, it just shows how much love and compassion that we have for this community. And we want them to know that remembering heroes, that's who we are.
Right.
Everything we do is from the heart, and we want to know that all of our community and our heroes want them to know that we love them. We have the Gold Star families coming out.
Right.
And if you don't know what Gold Star families are the families of the fallen. Families, mothers and families that have lost their loved ones while serving.
And
They too are at the festival.
And you've turned your pain to purpose.
Yes, I
Right,
have,
'cause you
because
are
I am a Gold Star mother
mom.
myself. And this really is my 20th year of doing this, advocating and serving Gold Star families, veterans, first responders. It's been my life, it's been my love, and it's always my passion.
Right. Ashley, I know that this is a huge community event and you've been working towards marketing and getting it out there and
Right.
adding additional things. And like
Right.
you said, moving just the vendors over is going to make a difference.
Right.
But this year, we're expecting, how many people you think that we're expecting to come out?
Oh, at least over 3,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Do
Yeah.
we still have vendor space available?
do.
Uh-oh.
We do.
Uh-oh. So what's the typical vendor? I mean,
It's hard to tell because there's so many people in this organization, this community that are very crafty. So we have the typical tumbler making people, candle making people, but then we also have businesses that are paying to come there and to support us and get their name out there. I just opened up a store called Serendipity Marketplace, where I actually have 50 of these local vendors set up in my store every day, and I sell the products for them. But we have these little flyers that I'm stuffing in everybody's bag. We're getting the word out there as much as we can to get people to know to come to this show, to come and see. It's not just a vendor show.
Right.
It's not just a food truck. It's not just a car show. There's so much meaning behind this event that when we start the ceremony, you could hear a pin drop because everybody is there. They're respectful. They want to hear. They want to know, about the local heroes. And that is what this event is all about.
it's a very touching event and ceremony and a place where the community can come together, families and blended families, just come on one accord to honor those, to give honor to those whom honor is due. And I want to tell you, Kathy, you do a phenomenal job in doing that.
Thank you.
We got to get you a quilt one day, right? That's a thought. I'm going to be in London during this time, but we need to, maybe
You
next
can bring
year.
me one back from London.
Yeah, look, but we've got to come up with a special ceremony where we honor you, right?
Well, honestly, I get all of my honor and gratification from giving and doing.
I can see that.
I really do. I'm never looking for anything back. I guess I grew up a giver, and that's what makes me feel good. If I can help somebody, that is what makes me happy, and that's what makes my day and makes my
Hey.
life. And I try to do it on a daily basis, but we haven't talked about the tickets. Okay, and I need a couple of more things I just want to add. We do have extra bathrooms this year,
Okay, that's good.
which will be placed strategically so people won't have to walk so far. We have an ATM this year,
Uh-oh.
and also
Ticket.
the tickets are $5 to come in. It's really easy if you just pay at the gate and quick because it'll be just $5. Cash is
King.
always king.
Yeah, it's true. Don't have to pay
But
those
you can
service charges.
also purchase your ticket online at rememberingheroes.org.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to all of you coming out and just enjoying this day. And most of all, giving honor to our heroes.
All right. Well, we've got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Today with Pastor Jay. All these funds, what do you do in the community? What does Remembering Heroes, Remembering Vets do in its local community? So we've got about 4 minutes. You are Florida Dream Cruiser. Or is it Cruisers with an S?
Cruisers.
Okay. And Charming Sisters
Events.
Okay. I just want to mention you.
Thank you.
That's
We
my
appreciate
shout out.
it.
I know. Here's the thing. I'm always Mark say, how in the world you still on the radio? Because I'm always giving stuff away. Every time somebody comes out, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll give you a commercial. Mark's over there like, yeah, she owes us some money. I know she does, and she just giving something away. You just can't beat God given.
No.
All right. Charming Sisters Events and Florida Dream Cruisers. All right. So I already did a shout out to my sponsors, so we'll just come back in. Welcome back. And we are Remembering Heroes, September 30th, 2023. You can go to rememberingheroes.org or rememberingvets.org to get more information. It's coming up. And it is from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on September the 30th. You got to come out on the Saturdays, their third annual event. And we've talked about the festival. We've talked about some of the events that you're having and what's going to be there. But what do you do with the proceeds? What does Remembering Heroes do?
What Remembering Heroes does with the proceeds is we find veterans, first responders. It's usually veteran families or military family, honestly. And there are some locals here that we have helped. But just recently, I had a veteran that I had been trying to help him get a roof on his house. He had no homeowner's insurance. He was out of Holly Hill. And I tried for over a year to help him get a roof on his house. I had someone from the community seal his roof, thanks to Gary Gwinnett from Go Green. But he could only seal it twice. And finally, after a whole year went by, I had a company, Approved Mortgage, step up, and their son went over and repaired his roof. And they're also repairing the interior of his home. It was so amazing that this veteran, he just cried when all of this happened because he couldn't believe, and he's disabled also. The other thing we did just this past week, we had a veteran and his wife that was sleeping in a car, and she had just gotten out of the hospital from having heart surgery. We put them up in a hotel, or we helped to put them in a hotel for 2 nights, and we paid for that. Anytime a veteran is in need of food, clothing, need my car repair, just about any need. And we also are a resource, contact, because I have contact with just about all the veterans organizations and all of the organizations that help veterans. And I'm also a member of the Veterans Court team out of Daytona Beach. So as you can see, basically my whole entire life revolves around serving and helping our veterans and helping the community and doing what I do best, giving back of myself.
Well, I just want to thank you for all that you do in the community. We're going to honor you. Got to wait till I get back, though. I don't want nobody to take my idea and do a huge honor Cathy Heighter thing when I'm out of the country. I'll be very upset about that. I want to be here so I can tell you how much I appreciate you and how much I love you. And I want to thank you again, Ken Scott from Florida Dream Cruisers, for what you're doing for the Fall Festival and how you're participating this year and kicking it up a notch.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, and Ashley Tilley, I want to thank you too from Charming Sisters Events and how you've been able to bring some added value to what Cathy Heighter is doing with Remembering Heroes.
She most certainly has. She has been a godsend to me. This young lady, I don't know if we would have gotten through this without her this year.
Yeah.
She's been amazing.
You're pretty amazing in your own right, Cathy. And I want to thank you for what you do, not just here with Remembering Heroes, but how you also kicked it up a little bit and you're serving the city of Palm Coast as city councilwoman. So thank you so very much for that. All right, guys, you know what I say? Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's not promised. What are you going to do? You're going to give honor to whom honor is due. God bless you. And don't forget, Remembering Heroes, September 30th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. God bless you in Town Center.
Thank you.
Thank you.